Geopolitics can feel like a distant concept, something discussed in academic journals and high-level meetings. But the reality is, geopolitics shapes our everyday lives in profound ways. It influences the price of the gas we put in our cars, the products we buy at the store, and even the stability of our world. In an interconnected world, events in one corner of the globe can ripple outward, impacting economies and societies far away. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine, for example, has sent shockwaves through global energy markets, leading to higher prices at the pump. Geopolitics is about the complex interplay of power, geography, and diplomacy. It's about understanding how countries use their strengths and weaknesses to navigate the global chessboard. And in a world grappling with climate change, resource scarcity, and shifting power dynamics, understanding geopolitics has never been more important. The decisions made by world leaders, the alliances forged, and the conflicts that erupt all have tangible consequences for each and every one of us. By delving into the intricacies of geopolitics, we can gain a deeper understanding of the forces shaping our world and our future. For decades, the global order was defined by American dominance. But the 21st century has ushered in an era of multipolarity, with new centers of power emerging and challenging the established order. China, in particular, has risen to prominence as an economic and technological powerhouse, seeking to assert its influence on the world stage. This shift in the balance of power has profound implications for global governance, trade, and security. The rules-based international order established in the aftermath of World War II is under strain as countries grapple for influence and advantage. The rise of nationalism and populism in many parts of the world has further complicated the geopolitical landscape. Leaders are increasingly focused on domestic agendas, often at the expense of international cooperation. In this environment of uncertainty and change, understanding the motivations and strategies of key global players is essential. From the halls of the United Nations to the backrooms of international diplomacy, a new geopolitical game is afoot, one with high stakes for the entire world. In today's interconnected world, economic power has become a potent weapon on the geopolitical chessboard. Countries are increasingly using economic tools, such as trade agreements, sanctions, and investment restrictions, to achieve their foreign policy goals. This strategy, known as economic statecraft, has become a defining feature of 21st century geopolitics. It allows states to exert influence without resorting to military force, leveraging their economic strength to shape the behavior of other nations. The European Union, for example, has implemented a robust economic security strategy aimed at protecting its interests in a world of growing competition. This includes measures to screen foreign investments, tighten export controls on sensitive technologies, and diversify supply chains to reduce reliance on potentially hostile actors. Similarly, the United States has long used economic sanctions as a tool of foreign policy, targeting countries like Iran and North Korea in an effort to curb their nuclear ambitions. This weaponization of interdependence has added a new layer of complexity to global affairs. As countries become more interconnected through trade and investment, the potential for economic coercion grows, raising important questions about the future of global governance and the rules of international engagement. In June 2023, the European Union unveiled its economic security strategy, a comprehensive plan to safeguard the bloc's economic interests in an increasingly competitive and volatile world. This landmark strategy reflects a growing recognition within the EU that economic security is inextricably linked to its overall security and strategic autonomy. The strategy focuses on two key pillars: reducing vulnerabilities and enhancing the EU's capacity to respond to economic coercion. To achieve these objectives, the EU is taking a multi-pronged approach. First, the EU is strengthening its foreign investment screening mechanisms to prevent foreign companies from gaining control of critical infrastructure or sensitive technologies that could pose a risk to the bloc's security or economic well-being. Second, the EU is tightening export controls on dual-use goods, products that have both civilian and military applications, to prevent them from falling into the wrong hands. This is particularly important in light of the growing technological competition between the EU and China. Third, the EU is working to diversify its supply chains, reducing its reliance on single suppliers for critical goods and raw materials. This is seen as essential to mitigate the risk of disruptions caused by geopolitical tensions, natural disasters, or pandemics. The EU's economic security strategy represents a significant shift in the bloc's approach to international trade and investment. It reflects a growing awareness of the need for the EU to protect its economic interests, in a world where economic power is increasingly used as a tool of geopolitical competition. The Middle East has been a region of immense strategic importance for centuries. Its vast reserves of oil and natural gas have made it a focal point of global energy markets. The region's geopolitical significance is further heightened by its location at the crossroads of Europe, Asia, and Africa. This unique positioning has made it a key player in international trade and politics. Moreover, the cultural and religious heritage of the Middle East continues to influence global civilizations. From ancient times to the present day, the Middle East remains a vital and dynamic part of the world stage. Over the past several decades, China has undergone a remarkable economic transformation. From a primarily agrarian society to a global industrial powerhouse, the change has been nothing short of astounding. The country's rapid growth has lifted hundreds of millions out of poverty and reshaped the global economic landscape. However, this transformation has not been without its challenges. Issues like income inequality, environmental degradation, and an aging population pose significant hurdles. But with its ambitious plans and a strong commitment to innovation, China continues to forge ahead, aiming to sustain its economic momentum and secure its place as a global leader. South-South cooperation has emerged as a vital component in the global development agenda. Developing countries are increasingly collaborating to share knowledge, skills, and successful strategies. This cooperation aims to build stronger, more resilient economies and societies. By working together, these nations can tackle common challenges such as poverty, healthcare, and education. The potential for mutual growth and development is immense, and the spirit of solidarity among these countries continues to strengthen. South-South cooperation is not just a policy, it's a powerful movement towards a more equitable and prosperous world. At the helm of this transformative journey are the leaders who envision a better future. These visionaries are not just policymakers, they are innovators, strategists, and advocates for change. Their decisions and actions shape the paths nations take, influencing everything from economic policies to social reforms. By fostering international cooperation and promoting sustainable development, these leaders are charting a course towards a more inclusive and prosperous global community. Their leadership is crucial in navigating the complexities of today's world and ensuring that progress benefits all. As we reflect on the themes explored, it becomes clear that the world is at a pivotal moment. The challenges are significant, but so are the opportunities. Through economic transformation, cooperative efforts, and visionary leadership, we have the tools to build a better future. It will require dedication, innovation, and a shared commitment to progress. Together we can address the pressing issues of our time and create a world that is more just, equitable, and sustainable for generations to come. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Thanks for watching this episode of Geo and Tech, where we explore the intersection of cutting-edge technologies and global geopolitics. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay ahead of the curve, don't forget to like this video to let us know you're loving the content. Share it with friends who are just as curious about tech and world affairs. Comment below and tell us which topics in geopolitics or technology would you like us to cover next. We read every comment, and your ideas shape our future content. And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit that bell icon so you never miss out on our latest insights. We'll see you in the next episode where we decode the future, one topic at a time.